boy. So I'm back here for a minute. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to teach now at this day because whew, everything is so, the energy's got me really going right now. I feel like I don't even know. I need to get grounded. That's the problem because I've been locked in here since August. I haven't been outside. I've been out, but I just walked out. That's it. I haven't really been nowhere. That's not like I need to go to the park or somewhere and get grounded. But yeah, the energies that raises your body and help you to raise your conscious. That is what you once you once you can. I mean, I'm sure most of you can feel it right now. Most of you, I'm hoping you can, and most people should be able to feel something changing. Something's different. You should be able to feel it on your body, on your skin, and in your mental body. It will make you sick. And if you got any aches and pains, it'll make them feel twice worse, like mine. And all these things is happening of a cause and an effect. So it's a cause to time for its source bringing everything back into the whole, because source is coming back to the Shiva of itself, and to uh, bring, I guess, about itself in different forms, whatever it wants to do, a source. So, but we're spinning backwards now. So, and what's happening while we're spinning backwards, we're phasing out of 3D dimensional world and a conscious of a subconscious, rather. I know I'm supposed to take you back up there, but let me finish this. Of a subconscious, pretty much you're inside, as I said, you're the hologram of your real true self, of the source. You gotta know what's really happening, how this is all being played out, and we're in a test planet for a spaceship. We're like Star Wars, which we really are. And we're in this spaceship, and all those planets you see are spaceships. Okay, they do move around, and the moon, they drive and move around all the time. But so uh, that maybe help cool the throat down. So I hope so. Anyway, so um, this body is okay. This planet, which is a spaceship, is also an entity or deity, rather, or real. I mean, like, it's a real being. So you would say it's Gaia, but Gaia's Mars. So this is Terra. Okay, but she's a god as well. Okay, so it's her time to change her dimension and her conscious. It's her time to rise up from a 3D world that she has served for a long time and has been trampled on and beaten on, and a whole lot of things has happened to her. And so she has done a lot of work, and a lot of thing she has put out a lot, but she has not received the respect or the amount of what she's put out back in the same as a balance. So when that was because of the Terrans and all the things that happened to her, and they entrapped and all the things that they did. Okay, that's in the 3D reality. Now, Terra is going to ascend higher to a 4D dimension and allow herself to serve in that dimensional time of living or lives and assist in the life given there, okay, in that dimension, and in the conscious, I'm not quite sure, will she be in the conscious of that same, but her body will be operating in that 4D dimensional time and space, in space time, because of now I'm gonna get my crystals because it helps me to channel in better. But so because she wants to assist in that living of energy to evolve into a 4D, okay? But I'm not sure would she just only have the conscious of the 4D, or will she have conscious be higher and just her body is operating in the 4D dimensional operation of evolving. So I have to get that more clarified. But it is a real God that is a planet or spaceship. What they really are, they're spaceships, and everything planets that you call planets, they are spaceships too. They're not really planets, but that's what we call them. So and it's so much bigger than your mind can even imagine if you begin to take in all the science of the way of Shiva, the Shiva energy, the is. So in order to see it in a greater manner of view, you have to really take in all the science of it, because the science in the astrology, and not only just one or two astrologies, is many astrologies, but there is truth and lie in everything. So remember that until you take away all the lie that the truth is lying with, okay? So you got to remove the lie, which is the casing, away from around all the truth, and therefore there is truth. Now, where is that? You gotta start peeling back, and then you'll know. So you don't have to study all the astrologies. In my theory, the way you would, if you want to learn astrology, myself personally have not had the time in the energy that I'm in to learn it that way. But I'm aware that in the energy that I'm ascending to, and that you will ascend to when you are ready, or when you take on the full consciousness of coming from this way of reality to this way of reality, to see yourself out of the darkness of yourself into the light of yourself, because it gets real deep. So I'm aware that I don't really have to study astrology. I can be familiar with astrology just because I know that astrology exists, because I know that this particular astrology would give me an answer to what I'm looking for. I could call that in this ascension that I'm going into now. The higher I'm raising my conscious, the higher I don't want to say the higher your conscious is raised, the more you are able to be back to your true self, and realize that the power that within is within and it has always been within, okay, and that as is source, so are you. You see, so in the power of source bring itself forth, and every way source, okay. So have that in you to take forth everything you want to bring yourself forth, and everything you want to do in the energy of the thought that you bring it in, and that you um simply just know that that you think it happens, okay. So you got to watch your thoughts too when you get in a higher dimensional, because you create with them, and if you think it, there's going to be, okay, it'll come right in to you. Everything, how to fly the helicopter as they had in the movie, and that anything that goes with it, how to land it too. It comes through thought, so through the airways or whatever way, and through sound. Everything is so beautiful when you really see the whole picture. So okay, that's just a down on this here. I just gave you something, drop something down to you. Now let me take you up there, and then I'm gonna stop for today. Up to another way of seeing uh, the is of it is of it, or it's of it is, or whichever way you want to put that in, because you can use it in different turnarounds when you saying it, because we like more the it's, we are the it's, and the Shiva's is the it, the Shiva energy is the is, but and of course it can be Shiva is in both it and is, and I don't know, I think we are too. I have to go back and pull those thoughts in and look at them and see they're there. It's just that my conscious has to get to the right page that's in my computer to look over the notes and see what what is and what isn't, okay. But so I'm taking you back up here to Norse mythology. Excuse me. Let me get something to drink. Norse mythology has been taken out of Western civilization for a long time. They forgot about it pretty much. Most people have. When I came into the body and I began to come to myself and awaken, and it started coming to me, seeing the whole. And then I remembered Norse mythology. I'm like, oh my God, I remember that Norse mythology. I'm like, what? Norse mythology? I remember Norse mythology, which I did. But when I come back to this reality, I remember that people had lost it. You wasn't talking about it. You never spoke about it in church. Very rarely talked about the Greek mythology. Okay? I never had conversation. People lost it. But Norse mythology is that particular beginning as coming forth as a Shiva, and which is the energy. But in that part, with this one here that I'm giving you, in the Norse part of it, to see it, that reality, you have to see it as two sides to the whole. And one side is called Bifrost, and the other side is called Niflheim or something. I forget the name. Niflheim. It's a I don't even want to kind of try to call it, but it's a name for it. And this side is fire. This side is ice on that side, and water, whatever, frozen. And as on each side of the whole, there's a in between there. It's like the yin and yang in one way. When you see it, it's like that. But you have to vision this, because there's movies maybe or readings that you can see it, but you're still getting a picture now. So where did the picture come from? Someone else's vision. So I'm visioning it. So I'm giving it to you in my vision. Okay. Then when you see my vision, then you see maybe you can pick my vision up and you see it because I'm there, remote viewing it, and then you come along with me by looking through someone else's visions or thoughts. So this energy really gets to me. I kid you not. It weights very weighty. And I'm speaking, so I'm taking it in also. So those two sides of the walls or the hole, by sound and movement, which is sound, and then inside of sound there is movement, like I do when I dance. Sound causes movement, and movements can cause sound, but it really starts with the sound. And then the sound, I don't know what the fire kind of sound it was making, and I don't know what kind of the ice thing was making, but they both had a sound of their own, making each sound, feeling the harmonize and whatever was going on between them, okay? Consciously of themselves, though. Because it's a whole. It's not just And so, but with sound that became movement, and movement, they moved and come together and come like this. Come forth out of them. This is Norse mythology. Came a giant or two giants or something came out. Two giants on the Bifrost side, and on the fire side, his name was called Surti or something, Surti. But he was a fire giant came out. But he hid when he came out. He did not show himself, and he hid behind something. So they didn't know he really came through when they came through. So he hid to try to kill them, or some kind of stuff happened with the deal. And he had made him a sword out of his own fire. He looked like fire too, and they looked like ice. But so he tried to kill them, and I don't know I can't remember what happened on that deal. But they had some sort of combongos with each other, with the whole crashing in with something happened, because there's ice and fire there now, okay? And out of that convulsion or whatever happened, came two other giants, I think. Or one giant, one cow, and a block of salt. This is in Norse mythology. You gotta go find it. So, and in that reality, the giant fed off the cow licked the salt. Oh no, wait. Well, I think that giant came by itself, and then he sweated. I think if he's go now, listen. What I'm telling you from the thoughts and the reality of some being or some energy that was at that timeline, in those time zones or whatever, in the life of those times, and its energy. So all this has traveled to get to where I'm at today, but it all came through the thoughts of the ones that was in the times. So okay, and the written of it that, and as much as they could keep without the losing it. But as one would say, when you call it God, you just don't separate it. Can God lose its thoughts of itself? No, of course not. So what is it? It always can and always had been and it always will. So if it wants you to get this message of the Norse mythology and the pictures and the words and all the imagination of it, you must take it as it is and take it from my thoughts as I have grabbed it from other thoughts and visualize and put it in my vision as I seen it coming forth from a picture or a book or video, but in my reality, it come in and the mind or the conscious wakes up. And then you begin to see that the reality is just not a picture or book. It is true what it really was, a reality that happened. Did it happen in the exact to the right dot of the word itself, or the spoken of itself, or the thought of itself? We don't know that part yet until we break it down to the molecule. That's the only way you're going to get there. So, I'm not going there right now. Okay, so I'm keeping you right here. So I think the giant came by himself and he sweated, and then come the cow. And then come the block of salt or something on that deal. Maybe the salt came. I don't know, but because now you got to go back and read that. That is on the land where you can't read that one. Or it's in a video if you want to pick it up in a video. Because we have technology and things grow from a plastic box or writing in the dirt and the sand. Somebody copied it or somebody remembered it in their thoughts and then they put it in a piece of something so you can see it again. You know, you see how we got here? Come on. This is where I'm trying to take you back from, or back to rather. Why you cannot see the Bible as just the written word is not it. The written word is what? Thoughts, people, minds, energy, whatever you want to put it. It didn't start in there. It did not start with King James. Well, where does he get his from? Remember, one thought is only. Fight is only one thought. What comes out of it is the key. But you can't change what it is. So where did that thought come from? The energy source. You decided to pick it up and use it for your energy, and that's how you became a fighter or to fight. That's the way it works in the thoughts and the energy of source. Giving itself to itself in every way that it can see in itself, or of itself, in itself, it would say, or out of itself, you know? Let's come on. We got to look at it both sides, all around. As a whole is big and it's so small because it's just a thought of itself, in every way. So, however, the cow you remember, if you can go back and remember in thought or in conscious, that cow has been around and spoke about forever until it's got thrown away somewhere, who knows. However, India still worship it over there. I have not got to the analyzation of the research to find out why. One day I will, because I am interested. And I need to know, because that cow is very important. Yet, we do not worship anything that is of the source, because we are all of that source. And why would I worship you when I can worship me? You see? Which makes sense, right? There you go. That's how. But you was taught from a way back that you worship the other one, or the God. How do you worship the God when it's you? Huh? You see? There's no way. You worshiping yourself then. So there you go. Keep going on. You see how it works? But you worship another apart from you. Makes no sense. So the God that you worship something that's apart from you. Are you making it be apart from you? Right? Or is it? You see? Someone blew the horn. Unusual to hear. Over here. A horn blowing. This time of day. Tells me that something is not very happy. Perhaps the words that I say. seeing the truth. That's what you would call truth seeker. I'm a truth seeker, and that's what you would become. What is a truth seeker? Seeking yourself. Coming back to the source, who you are, to the source of your energy. And what serves your energy to you to be in yourself? What served you to serve you? Which is me. You see, I should serve me. And I should serve me and me only for the time that I am in need to serve me, to give me back to me, so that when I come to me, I can give me to me. You see? Me. Because me needs me too, you see? So we become memes, and we serve ourselves because we serve me. You see that word? So we don't separate ourselves because that's a lie. We've been living a lie. We've been living in a deceptive world for a long time. And now we're in the movement of moving out of deception into the truth of itself, the whole truth, and not nothing but the truth. So help you yourself or me. So the lies are being taken off, the truth being pulled back. The covers are being pulled off. All the lies and the deception that you've been living for many years. You know, and exercising it as well, without you wasn't even aware, you see. So we have put on the cloak of deception for many years and many timelines, and we have walked that life and lived it over and over again, and done those things and whatever. So in the end of the day, however way you want to put the finger at the party, there is not anything you can do except be whatever it is that you can be, and that's let yourself become source, and that nothing else happens in your life except for that. You take back you, me, your me. You take back your me, and you let your me become you, me, your me, and do not let somebody else stand in that way or put you in any other place than what you belong to. If you're going to give your energy out, at least give it to yourself. How do you give me something that you don't already have? Oh, so you're going to give me the recycled shit from the Bible? Come on, man. Give me a break. Let's recycle. So what do? You open up the pill and you took one pill out and you found something a little bit new. How new can it get? Can you get back to source with it? Are you going to get back to yourself? Huh? Or is it going to keep you looking out to another? I almost said something. They've been getting on me by cussing. They say, you better stop that cussing because you know you're going to be public figure. I was like, okay, yes, I know. I don't like to do it because I know I'm doing bad for them and they want me to do the right thing as my teachers. And I know I do try. I don't like the word try, so I do attempt to stop, not to do so much. And I am doing well. I'm doing real good with it, you know. But don't think they don't curse, but they do. They just want me to be nice because I know I have a whole different crowd to please, and I strive to please you. I really do. I will that to be my whole being of being here, is to make you happy, to do something to help you, to give you what you need, to bring it to you and let you take it and pick it up. Because I give it to you doesn't mean you don't do anything with it. You pick it up. It's pick it up. It's $1 million. It's more than that, but just say it is. Pick it up and see if you want it. Make sure you look it over. Make sure it's not counterfeit. You see, I threw you $1 million. I put it on your table, but you won't even pick it up to see if it's counterfeit or not. That's not smart. You hear me? I kid you not. You better pick that $1 million up and see if it's counterfeit, and that's all you need to do. And how are you going to find that? In the Bible? No, you're not. How are you going to check me? What I just gave you. Huh? You see? So, You can't just use the Bible. And if you did, what are you going to measure it by? Why did they tell you in the Bible, don't measure nothing, take nothing away? Oh, really? That's what they tell you? Who told you that? Don't measure what? Can you measure source? Really? Shh. I would love to. I wouldn't take that back. That's too impossible. You want to see something impossible? Yeah. You don't measure source. It's no measuring in it. And it's not. And neither is it taken away. Put it in the Bible and you think something different. Believe it in a word or some sort of, who knows how they got it. I can't remember. It's been so long since I looked at that thing, because I know it's good things in it, because it's in everything, sweetheart. Everything has it in. But what is good? See, when good and bad, good and evil, they're the same. They're on the same coin. How did they get out of the whole apart from each other? They're the same. Nothing is not of source. Even a lie is true, as I said. Wrong and right is the same thing. They're on the same coin. And when you become right, wrong is still there. It's just in the back and behind. You left it back there. You moved over to the right. See? You want to go into the wrong, you do the same way. It's your life. Do what you want to do. That's why you're in the hole. That's why you came out of the hole. That's why the hole is there. Why you're still on the biblical cord. You're not out for there. You're still not disconnected. You can't be. How are you going to disconnect the breath? Right? Huh? How you do that? Please tell me. No way, my dear. It's impossible to break the energy of the source of the soup. The only reason you got entrapped into the net of the ones that put you in a delusion of reality and made you enslaved in those timelines. They used the thought to do it, but what they did is just like they just said it was a can of soup. They opened it up and they took portions out and gave you portion, and then they took the rest of it and tied it off and put it, so that it wouldn't, in their reality, that it wasn't nowhere to be seen or to be around, so they just kind of like hid it. They didn't want it to be as though it exists. But those 2 cups they had, still they exist because it still was out of what they took it out of. So they all they did was divide source. They couldn't take it away because it's impossible. So they divided it and made a copy of their own vision of what they wanted to make it look like, But where did they get their copy from? It was something they had already seen. So when you see a house or a building, it's not just a house and a building. It came from somebody's thoughts, okay? The architect had to think it, and then he had to imagine it before he can draw it in reality. So your imagination is your thoughts, your thinkings. They work together. If you think your thoughts, if you think it is, okay? As you think it, so it is. And that's how it works. I heard that in the Bible, I think somewhere, I don't know. But that's the truth. So in your Bible, there's truth, there's lie. Which one is what? You got to know. That's the problem right there. And that's what it's screwed up at. Very screwed up. It's so screwed up. It's backwards. I have to tell you about it. I don't want to get into it because that's a long process for me to bring you to that reality that I need to give it to you about truth in the Bible and what is lie and what is truth, what backwards. They got it switched around, so and so you can see it, because you're gonna have to come out of that reality. They come in to break down the walls of the church world, because what you have built is something that is completely deceptive and completely off the wall of the chart, brought into a real lie made to be true. You see what I mean? So we gotta come out of there. I'm here to tell you, it's important that you break free. Shit. You guys gonna? I'm sorry. You can't get there. It won't work. You've been there. How long you been there? And how many realities have you brought forth inside of there while you've been in there? Where is your reality in? The same one. It didn't change. That's how never mind. I can't go there because I'm going to take all day. I'm going to stop because I don't want to keep going. I'm just done. Okay? I'll come back. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe later if I feel like it. Or depends on me, you know. I gotta pull this energy off me now. But so I'll be back probably tonight, maybe. If I don't, I'll come back on tomorrow. And then we'll talk some more about the Norse mythology and church, whatever, you know. More things that I want to give you, okay? Namaste.